Craig, what's happened to your channel as of late? Genuinely, your content has been getting worse for the past couple of months, and your most recent video at time of recording is just horrible, especially coming from somebody who I know can make incredibly good videos. The most irritating star in my 600-pound life. Well, Craig, you have the right to believe this person falls under that category. However, that is a massive claim, especially given the kind of people who frequently end up on this program. In other words, when I begin watching the video, I expect to hear a tad more than,
from cooking bacon on the side of her bed to eating an extra large pizza literally the night before she met with Dr. Now, Lashanda from season 7 of My 600 Pound Life is, in my opinion, the most irritating star ever on My 600 Pound Life.
Wait, that's it? She cooks on the side of her bed and didn't follow the diet? Craig, you've covered people on this show who have done that before. Remember Lisa from season 10? Who similarly cooked bacon on the side of her bed?
The fact that Lisa's also making and frying food next to her bed is honestly just disgusting. I hate the smell of bacon in my house, and when I'm cooking bacon I have to have all of the doors and windows open and have the extractor fan on. I don't even want to think about how bad her tiny room must stink of old food.
And Holly, who ordered a, as you put it, greasy Chinese meal just before she was going to see Dr. Now?
Although Chris didn't eat a healthy meal, at least he made an effort to cook his food, which can't be said about Holly, who decided on the day before her weigh-in at the doctor's office she would order a greasy Chinese meal. Now, there's not really an insane amount of food here. Well, maybe it is for the average person, but the real craziness comes from the timing of her decision to get this Chinese food, which is obviously extremely high in fat, oil, and salt.
Since we just moved in, we're not really set up to cook. So we're ordering delivery from places around here a lot until we can get some pots and pans and stuff to cook with. But Ray said he's gonna look for a job tomorrow, and he'll get all that while he's out, and we can start prepping healthy meals.
Holly uses the excuse that she's just moved into her home and she can't afford pots and pans. But looking at the size of her Chinese order, surely that could have been swapped for something healthy and bought some pans to cook with. So she has a massive Chinese meal on the night, knowing full well in the morning she's going for her weigh-in with the doctor, in which she has a goal to lose 50 pounds.
The biggest problem with this video is that Craig does very little to explain why he thinks this person is abnormally irritating to begin with, let alone the most irritating star in my 600-pound life. It's one of those flaws that is difficult to explain, if only because there really isn't anything to show. However, just using that opening clip, you've already seen an example of what I'm referring to. Craig is saying this person is the most irritating, based on something others on this show have done, so what makes them uniquely worthy of that label? Honestly, that's the only reason this video is worthy of a commentary in the first place. If not for that, it really wouldn't be all that worthwhile. For point of comparison, Craig did this far better in his recent video, The Biggest Man-Child on My 600-Pound Life. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say that I personally agree with that label for this particular individual. However, at the very least, I consistently understood why Craig felt that way, given said person was doing things like living dependently on others, despite being in his 40s, and making it harder for himself to actually achieve the weight loss goals that had been set, for rather nonsensical reasons.
Getting her on the stretcher is the easy part, but as she's literally too wide to fit through the door.
Craig, did you accidentally have a line from your video get cut there? Because it sounds like there should have been more to that sentence. Also, that clip was from over 10 minutes into the video, and Craig has still done incredibly little to explain what's so irritating about this person. In fact, truth be told, he hasn't really launched any criticisms of her or anybody around her that couldn't be applied to other people on this very show still. Take this clip as an example.
Because LaShanta's entire life is focused around food, she makes everyone in her household practically serve her, demanding food whenever she wants and needing it immediately. And that includes JT, but also her two sons, who are genuinely worried about making their own mom angry if they don't bring her food quickly enough.
LaShanta, when she's ready to eat, she's ready to eat. Okay, don't get in the way of her food. See, if I'm delaying helping her cook, or going to the store and get food, oh, she gets mad.
And I always wonder what they're scared of, because it's not like she can chase them out of the room. Just let her scream and shout all she wants and just don't bring her food, because at that point you're genuinely killing her.
You always wonder that? So you mean you've encountered this specific situation before on this show? Also, what are her kids who she's making bring her this food worried about? I don't know, maybe that she'll punish them given she has the authority as their legal guardian to do exactly that? You never establish any of them to be adults, so it's not as if they have the ability to live independently from her, if they would like to. At least for the ones that are actually enabling her behavior, I should clarify. So it's definitely worth considering she could be using the power given to her on the basis that she's an adult and they aren't, to her own advantage here. And by the way, that clip from earlier in reference to the door frame not being wide enough, here's how that continues.
It's not uncommon that this happens with patients on the show, but every time it happens, I just cannot help but feel shocked that someone can get that wide. And I mean, we've even seen before, like with Penny, where they had to take out entire door frames to get them through.
Again, I feel it needs to be asked, what exactly is so fucking special about her? Are we ever going to get around to you giving any sort of elaboration?
Being back here is a little uncomfortable, and I'm worried about being in here for the next 6 to 7 hours. But I know if I get something to eat, then I'm not gonna worry about it, because food helps me deal with anything, and I just need something to help get me there.
Bringing takeaway menus when you just had a team of 10 EMTs carry out the door has to be one of the funniest moments that I've seen on the show. She literally does not care. That's just probably the reason many of the crew will have a bad back for a few days from lifting her, because she's too busy ordering more food to eat, literally on the way to her appointment to try and get weight loss surgery.
Yeah, because she doesn't know how else to cope with the situation she's put herself in. It's not a smart idea, I'll definitely agree with you on that. However, it's a perfectly understandable action from her perspective at least.
It doesn't start well when she gets home though, especially as she starts making fried chicken again from her bed.
It's been a couple of weeks since my appointment with Dr. Now, and I've been working on stuff I'm supposed to be working on, but there's a lot to do. I keep going over his diet, and nothing I really like or want is on the list of what I can't have. It's just like every food I like, it's gone. So I'm still trying to figure it out. Here, take all of it. I'm gonna do my exercise. The exercise haven't been too bad though. Some of them I can do everything I need, like my arms and upper body. But there are a lot of lower body ones that Dr. Now gave me too, that I can't do because I'm immobile. Like trying to stand and put weight on my legs. But I'm trying to do as much as I can because I do want to make progress.
The whole point of the exercise is to help her to become mobile. She hasn't used her legs in over 2 years, so of course it's going to be painful, but she needs to push through, and starting off her diet with fried chicken is ridiculous.
She didn't start out her diet with fried chicken. That clip wasn't until a couple of weeks after her doctor's visit, meaning she should have already been on the diet for a while before that point.
You were 579 pounds when you left the hospital 2 months ago, and you were supposed to lose 100 pounds. So you should be 479 pounds today. But today you're at 576. You lost the whole 3 pounds. So it's clear you went home and you didn't do your diet. And keep saying, I'm gonna do it, give me the chance. We've given you every chance possible now. And you gotta kill yourself with the food. And there's nothing we can do to stop you from that. You keep promising and begging for another chance. This is all just a game to you, and you ran out of time. You've had the chance to do this for 9 months now, but instead you keep lying to yourself and keep lying to me. So at this point, all the evidence is telling me that you're never gonna lose the weight.
I am gonna lose the weight, Dr. Now.
What do you mean?
I'm not about to come. I ain't come down here for nothing.
Yes, you did. You come down here for nothing. Because you think you can do the same thing here that you did back home. Nothing is different with you except your location. So you made your choice. And your choice is to kill yourself with food.
Give me one more chance.
No, we gave you all the chance you need. There's nothing we can do.
You could give me one more chance, Doctor.
Well, you have to give yourself the chance, not
I am
me.
going to give myself a chance, but I want you to give me 1 month.
No, LaShanta, you're not going to give you a chance. You're going to kill yourself with the food. One of these days, I'm going to get called that they find you dead, or you had a chest pain, a heart attack, your body gave out, and this is it. You know how many people, they tell me the same story?
LaShanta has proven time and time again that she won't lose the weight on her own. The only way she has been when Dr. Now's literally kept her in the hospital and fed her a controlled diet. That obviously isn't sustainable, because when she gets back home, she's just going to gain all the weight back again.
But the issue at hand isn't that she's gaining the weight back, it's that she's not losing any more outside of the hospital. That's an entirely different problem. My final thoughts are that Craig needs to stop working with hyperbolic titles and instead just analyze these episodes as they are, over making exaggerated claims about the people in them. Good night and good luck.